The aviation industry is filled with acronyms. Sometimes we use different acronyms to describe the same thing, like UAV or UAS, or for our DoD friends, RPA. Sometimes we don't want to use the acronym, so we use another word, and sometimes that word makes us cringe, like drone. It's confusing. When are we supposed to say beyond visual line of sight, or just BVLOS? Or wait, is it supposed to be BVLOS? Complex systems don't need to be complex to say, or have rules on which variation of the description you should use. So for the last time, we won't need to choose between statewide BVLOS network, or statewide UAS network, or North Dakota's Beyond Visual Line of Sight network. We'll no longer have to choose whether we have to spell out an acronym or say each word individually. And most importantly, we're going to give you a word that won't make you feel like a teacher on the first day of school trying to pronounce names that they have never seen before. I'd like to introduce you to Vantis. Vantis, North Dakota's UAS network. Vantis provides users an advantage through UAS infrastructure, regulatory approvals, industry applications, and usability. Vantis. Vantis is the nation's first statewide unmanned aircraft systems beyond visual line of sight network. It is truly unique in its capabilities. I can't wait to share with you everything that Vantis has to offer. But first, why is North Dakota taking on such a grand undertaking? Let's hear firsthand from Governor Burgum.
Hi, I'm Governor Doug Burgum. Thank you for being part of this historic day in North Dakota. For years, our state has been America's proving ground for UAS technology. Innovators and entrepreneurs have drawn on our rich history of aviation to create the future of flight, and the state has been an enthusiastic supporter and partner in their efforts. Last year, North Dakota took a bold step into the future by envisioning and then embarking on the build-out of the nation's very first statewide network for unmanned aircraft systems. This network will enable UAS operations beyond visual line of sight and will cement our status as a national leader in research, development, and commercialization. We're grateful to the legislature for their vision, collaboration, and strong support of this $28 million appropriation for the statewide UAS network last session. Today, we're excited to brand this effort as Vantis. Vantis represents a major advance in developing public-private technology partnerships in North Dakota. Thanks to the leadership from the Northern Plains UAS test site, industry experts from L3 Harris Technologies, Thales USA, and Collins Aerospace, they'll help enable real-world, scalable, commercial, and public UAS operations across the state. Progress in the UAS industry will benefit all North Dakotans, including those who work in energy and agriculture, as we create a foundation for innovative technologies, as well as diversify our economy. Once again, North Dakota is leading the way for the evolution of UAS operations in the United States and beyond. Thanks to everyone who worked to make Vantis possible. Congratulations on this historic and future-shaping achievement.
Thank you, Governor Burgum, for the vision. Thank you, state legislators, for the support. Thank you, Northern Plains UAS Test Site, for the brains and horsepower behind implementing Vantis. It is the combined efforts of all these people whose vision will make North Dakota the nation's UAS epicenter. North Dakota already has a thriving UAS ecosystem. History dates back more than 10 years, working with FAA and industry partners. In 2019, the governor and state legislators doubled down on the state's investment in UAS. Funding this $28 million investment from the state had the confidence of success, built on the Northern Plains UAS test site's legacy, the previous work done by our research universities, and the success of investments in initiatives like Grand Sky. They recognized that not only was the time right to help enable these advanced commercial operations, The expertise in the state is at an all-time high. That includes the Northern Plains UAS test site. We have brought other state agencies to the forefront of UAS, such as the North Dakota Department of Transportation, who has been the lead participant in the FAA's UAS integration pilot program. We truly have experienced leadership from experts in aviation and technology within our state. The state of North Dakota has shown that through investments like Grand Sky, we can bring industry leaders such as Northrop Grumman and General Atomics to operate within the state of North Dakota. These investments, along with innovators within the state, have led North Dakota to being a hub of UAS technology and development. Vantis is the natural next step in North Dakota's effort to be a leader in the industry and to push beyond our current limitations. So what exactly is Vantis? And what problem is Vantis helping to solve? Let's see if this short video can help provide some of that clarity.
As Americans, we've come a long way, but one thing never changes. To get where we're going, we need a path forward. We can follow one, or we can build one. With Vantis, we're building one. In the sky. Vantis is North Dakota's statewide UAS network. It's still in the works, but when complete, it will enable UAS flights beyond visual line of sight across the entire state.
The part that makes Vantis unique over any other type of network is that it's a single package that brings together all of the elements that are required to fly beyond visual line of sight. It incorporates the remote surveillance component of radars. It brings in the command and control that's required. It's all connected through a backhaul network that feeds into a mission network operations center. These are all components that are required to fly beyond visual line of sight, and you get it all with Vantis. UAS can be flown around town, across the state, and even eventually across the country without interruptions in service. This enables operations like package delivery, utility inspections, search and rescue missions, agricultural, medical test deliveries, things that have not even become a reality because Vantis is the first of its kind.
This is going to bring in companies to North Dakota. This is a high-tech emerging industry. National companies doing aviation systems will be coming here to test, validate, implement their systems. The operators flying the aircraft and the end users like the electric utility industry, the railroads, the oil and gas industry will be now improving their operations and doing that here in North Dakota because we've enabled unmanned aircraft with Vantis.
Vantis is really created to support the commercial industry. It's a single network that multiple users will be able to take advantage of.
Imagine if you had to build your own road to get anywhere. Imagine if the fire department, the postal service, the trucking companies, everyone had to build their own roads. That makes no earthly sense. We don't think it makes sense in the sky either.
We are starting, our initial key site is in the western part of the state where we have direct needs and benefits now. Proven there, we'll expand to the eastern part of the state and then eventually connect the entire state together.
Our industry partners, the commercial operators, they want to have this network be deployed all over the country. And we're taking that into consideration. We're working with our federal partners like the FAA in order to make sure that what we're deploying is meeting industry standards and is something that's going to be scalable beyond the borders of North Dakota.
This is where we want to go in the state of North Dakota. This is where the FAA wants to go too, and we're doing that in partnership. These are the giants in manned aviation infrastructure. They have now partnered with the state of North Dakota to take that technology expertise from the manned aviation world and help build the unmanned Vantis infrastructure here in North Dakota. Vantis is the future for UAS.
Welcome to the high road. Welcome to Vantis.
So hopefully you can start to see the vision and the problem set Vantis is solving. Think of Vantis like a statewide road or electrical network, with the infrastructure and regulatory approvals created and taken care of. Each new group doesn't have to build out their own network to succeed. Vantis is building the UAS road for industries and residents. To really break down Vantis, there are 4 key components to the Vantis network. The first being remote infrastructure. This is going to be our surveillance sensors. This could be radars. This could be other equipment used to detect airplanes that are out flying. This also includes the command and control radios that will be dispersed in a ground terrestrial network. This remote infrastructure is going to be connected through a backhaul data network with high reliability and low latency, which will allow it to become scalable. All of this information is going to be piped into a mission and network operations center. Here, there's going to be data correlation and validation. This is where we're going to be able to do maintenance monitoring and system testing. And then finally, we have the unmanned aircraft system. This advanced UAS is going to take its ground control station and be able to directly connect into Vantis. Having Vantis installed, the possibilities are unlimited. Vantis allows companies and people to transport goods, provide services, and do this all with enhanced safety. It's not going to come as a surprise to anyone in the country that North Dakota is a rural state. Heck, 36 of our 53 counties are designated as frontier. That means that they have a population density of less than 6 people per square mile. That's rural. But being a rural state is not a disadvantage. It actually opens up a lot more opportunities that UAS can support our communities across the state. Vantis can be used to support the following industries in North Dakota. Delivery. We don't have a last mile problem in North Dakota. We have a last 100-mile problem, getting packages to our rural communities. So we know that package delivery and retail delivery will be able to really be spread out through our large rural population. North Dakota is the second largest oil producing state in the country. And the oil and gas industry is going to benefit from us collecting data and inspecting wells and pipelines. Electric utilities are going to be able to take advantage of Vantis. They'll be able to use it to locate damage or determine where power interruptions are happening. Our rail and road infrastructures will also be able to take advantage of Vantis to monitor and inspect both the physical infrastructure that's out there and then also be able to determine any anomalies, maybe after a storm or during a flooding event. 90% of the land in North Dakota is used for agriculture. And Vantis is going to allow UAS operators to assess plant and livestock health. And hopefully this is going to be able to increase their yields. And the timing couldn't be more prevalent right now with the need for medical services all across the state. Vantis would be able to enable citizens across the state to get life-saving medicines and equipment quickly. It could also reduce the amount of time that a test result would need to be sent to our state lab in Bismarck so that residents of North Dakota would be able to get the results much quicker. All of these different use cases will be able to be streamlined and executed more efficiently with Vantis. We can't do this alone. We need partners, and partners for Vantis, from my opinion, have come from two different sources. I like to think about the two groups as my friends and my family. There's a saying that goes, you can choose your friends, but you don't get to choose your family. And usually that comes with a negative connotation towards your family. But in our case, I love our family. And I'm fortunate to have so many close supporters making sure we are successful. For Vantis, our family is our state partners. Having family there to support you is key when you're taking on such a large endeavor. The state agencies of North Dakota have really stepped up to support Vantis. One of the missions of Vantis is to leverage existing infrastructures and capabilities that have already been deployed throughout the state. The North Dakota Department of Transportation owns and operates towers throughout the state that Vantis is going to be able to leverage to install some of our remote infrastructure on. The North Dakota Information Technology Department manages a network called StageNet, which Vantis will use to support the backhaul network. The North Dakota Aeronautics Commission works with each of the 89 public use airports in the state, which is a tremendous asset when Vantis needs access or contacts at these airports. And the North Dakota Department of Commerce is the funding agency and provides strategic guidance for Vantis. And of course, the executive branch of North Dakota state government, the leadership and vision of Governor Burgum, is second to none when it comes to supporting leading-edge initiatives. Lieutenant Governor Sanford chairs the Northern Plains Unmanned System Authority, which is directly responsible for the execution of Vantis. This is just a snapshot of the family support being provided to Vantis, and we could not be more appreciative. So now it is time for me to introduce my friends. These are our private industry partners. These are the ones that are just as eager and as excited to take on this initiative as our state partners. A year ago, at an industry day in Fargo, we hosted over 125 people to outline the vision of Vantis. This was a precursor to a competitive RFP for the selection of 3 system engineers, system integrators, to help build Vantis. North Dakota was able to select, in our opinion, the best in breed when it comes to well-regarded aviation and technology companies. Collins Aerospace, a Raytheon technology company, L3Harris Technologies, and Thales USA have been selected to support the integration of Vantis. It takes smart people and partnerships on the ground to build a network in the sky. Vantis employs a team of experts in traditional manned aviation, technology, research, and UAS operations. And our partnership with the FAA and state and local governments set us apart. We do more than cut the red tape, we open the sky for you. We support our state partners in research and development. We owe a great amount of gratitude to our friends and family that are supporting Vantis. The Northern Plains UAS Test Site has served as the state's one-stop UAS research and testing facilitator since 2013, bringing together government resources, industry leaders, and public stakeholders to pioneer beyond visual line of sight activity. The Northern Plains UAS Test Site also drives approvals from our federal regulators to bring Vantis together. Within the Northern Plains UAS Test Site, we have established a program office that is dedicated to the execution of Vantis. This program office works with our state and industry partners. They work with our regulators like the FAA and FCC. They work with local legislators. They work with mayors. They work with police and fire chiefs. They work with city leaders and county commissioners. They work with economic developers. They fill our schedule on a daily basis with some of the best thought leaders in the country. So you might ask, where is Vantis going to get started? Key site rollout in western North Dakota enables Vantis to be commercially viable from the very beginning. L3Harris Technologies and Thales USA, 2 leading aviation companies, have been selected to build out this baseline key site infrastructure. This infrastructure will enable beyond visual line of sight flights in McKenzie and Williams counties, with additional locations rolling out after the key site has been validated. System testing of the network is absolutely necessary for safety, and it will also allow us to perform use case development flights to set the standard requirements for any aircraft seeking to fly on the Vantis network. We have been doing site surveys, meeting with local stakeholders, and finalizing our design review to start installations. The best part of this initiative is that we don't have to know all of the problems that it will solve prior to deploying Vantis. Vantis is going to lower the barrier of entry for many UAS users. Vantis is going to allow commercialization of advanced UAS operations across the state. Vantis is going to position users and customers to take advantage of these new opportunities. Vantis is going to leverage the innovative and entrepreneurial spirit of North Dakotans. Vantis will open doors for ideas we haven't even thought of yet. Companies will be able to scale their operations, and many users will be able to take advantage of its capabilities. Vantis is a real network, but it will continue to build up and grow as time continues. Vantis will provide users a new perspective and vantage point. Bold, distinctive, and disruptive, with great aspirations. We'll be holding a live question and answer session at 1 p.m. in the Northern Plains UAS Test Site online lounge here at the summit. If you can't make it to the Q&A session, check out our website at vantisuas.com for more information about what is going on and how to get involved.